Autism is not a mental illness. So hear me and hear me well. Autism is not a disease. It is not an infection. It is not a witchcraft. It is a form of neurodivergence, a condition related to brain developmental issues. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Uchechi Chizendo, a clinical physiologist. Here we make educational content. If it concerns your health, trust me, we gist about it. Now, today we're going to talk about autism because people look at people that have autism as some persons like see them as people that have mental issues that when they are some certain kind of way, they tend to, treat them badly. No, this is not it. So understanding exactly how this condition was, because most people has been hearing about autism, but they don't really actually know what it is. And when they see someone with autism, they tend to treat them in some certain kind of way, which is not right. Autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder. In simple terms, it simply means that the brain develops differently in early age. Now, this affects how the person communicates with others, how the person interacts, how the person processes information, because the brain is a control center. It controls everything you do, including movement, including communication, how you respond to things. So if there's a developmental issues in maybe early age during pregnancy, then it might interfere with all these processes. Now, during pregnancy, your brain starts forming around third week of pregnancy. Now, listen, between 8 to 24 weeks, the baby's brain undergoes rapid development with billions of nerve cells forming, migrating, and making connections. So at this stage, anything that interferes with the brain development can cause this autism. So autism is not a mental illness. It's not something that you can catch. No, it's not an infection. It's not also a witchcraft, because in our society today, when we see some kind of people acting some certain kind of way, they start saying it's obanje. No, it's not obanje. Please, some of our lovely mothers will start fasting and praying and casting out demons on someone that has autism. No, that is not it. Autism doesn't have a cure, but it can be managed. It's not something that you start fasting, killing yourself, casting out demons. No, be enlightened. Now listen up. Research suggests that some of the differences that are associated with this autism arises during first and second trimester of pregnancy. Now, some of you might be wondering what exactly causes this autism. To be honest with you, autism has no single known cause, but it can be influenced by genetics. It's mostly influenced by genetic. Some environmental factors also can play a role, and your brain, how your brain develop also. Many cases of autism are hereditary, while others may result from a gene mutation. That's gene changes that occur during a fetal development. That's when the brain of the baby is developed. I told you that from third week of pregnancy, the brain starts developing, right? From that 8 weeks to 24 weeks is when the baby's brain rapidly grows. So if there's any form of gene mutation or gene changes during this period, it can result to this autism. Now, certain environmental factors or pregnancy-related factors that can increase the likelihood of autism diagnosis. Things like parental age at conception, it matters. Things like low birth weight, maternal obesity, gestational diabetes, it matters. And exposure to certain medication or some certain environmental toxin during pregnancy can increase the likelihood of autism diagnosis. That's why during pregnancy, you should be careful what you put on, like what you eat in this body, the kind of medication you take, the environment you expose yourself, the chemicals you expose yourself. All this matters. Autism cannot be diagnosed during pregnancy. So it's not something that you can detect when you're pregnant. In fact, most children that are diagnosed with autism, they diagnose them between the age of 2 years 4 years, when differences in communication, maybe how they interact with others, how they process information, how they behave becomes noticeable, is when the diagnosis starts. So it's not something you can detect during pregnancy, and it's not your fault either. So if you meet someone with autism, treat them with respect, treat them with kindness. Don't assume that they are rude or maybe unintelligent or unfriendly. No, it doesn't work that way. Maybe if they communicate differently and you tend to see them as someone that has mental illness. No. So if you see someone with autism, don't assume that it's a mental illness. Don't assume it's a witchcraft. No. Don't see them differently. No. Don't treat them with disrespect. They are also human beings. Treat them with respect, love, and kindness. Now, if you find this video helpful, don't forget to give a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and share. Bye.